like mad dogs.
Mad dogs? You don't think something like Ninja Mutant Turtle Teens or, I don't know, maybe we'll keep brainstorming.
Hey, what's up, Turtles fans? Okay, so I finally got to see episode 1 of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and today we're gonna review it. It's gonna be filled with spoilers, so spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the episode, wait till you kind of check it out and then come back here and watch this video. Unless you don't mind spoilers, then let's go ahead and jump right into it. Episode 1 is called Mystic Mayhem, and it does have to do with that pet cat thing named Mayhem, and he has the ability to teleport. There's a little like vial filled with like green liquid on his neck that later on we find out Baron DRAXUM is after. There's no real like delving into why he has this vial on his neck, where he's from, why he has the ability to teleport, nothing like that. So that's probably set up for future episodes. At the beginning of the episode, looks like 2 of DRAXUM's henchmen are after this cat thing, Mayhem, and they have like dogs that they carry on their like chest, like kind of how people like carry like babies around when they're like walking around with babies. And these guys can transform into these mutants, and so can the dogs. And so the turtles end up running across Mayhem, the cat. They think he's cute, he looks like he's scared and alone, and they're trying to rescue him. But that's when the 2 henchmen run into them, because they're also after the cat, and a fight breaks out in that construction yard scene. As we had theorized, we theorized that might be the first action scene, since they're using their traditional weapons in there, and they do use their traditional weapons, but they end up getting destroyed in that construction yard scene. The Ninja Turtles actually end up losing this fight, and the 2 henchmen run off with Mayhem and the vial that Mayhem is carrying. April goes after them through this like wall portal thing, but then it closes up behind them, and the turtles lose April and Mayhem. The turtles notice a symbol that they've seen before on the wall that closed up, and it kind of sends them back over to Master Splinter, who has a device on his bookshelf with this same symbol. They kind of sneak it away, they go back, open up the portal with this thing that they stole from Master Splinter, and go and find the hidden underground Mystic City. And it looks like there's a whole community of mutants down there, and they're just all walking about, and they run into April, and April tells them where they're holding Mayhem. Baron DRAXUM has him caged up, and he's taken the vial of ooze that's on Mayhem's neck and is using it to kind of like transform his ooskitos, or maybe inject his ooskitos with whatever is in there, because he uses those ooskitos to transform a guy into a mutant. And it looks like all the ooskitos are now given this ability to transform people into mutants. He even goes as far as to say it works as it worked all those years ago. So I'm taking it this guy is ancient. I'm curious to hear more of his backstory and what he's all about. The turtles are watching, but since they don't have their weapons, they kind of feel helpless. But April finds a room full of weapons, and this was where we come across their new mystic weapons. It's funny, they pick up their traditional weapons that are also in that room. Looks like there's some more of their traditional weapons in that room, but like slightly better than the ones they had. But they actually end up seeing the mystic weapons over on the wall and taking those instead, except for Donatello, which we had theorized before when we had first been seeing all the like clips and sneak peeks and stuff. And I had theorized that Donnie wouldn't have a mystic weapon, but there is like a Donnie style mystic weapon up on the wall, but he doesn't end up taking it actually. So he does stay with his regular tech bow, but he does steal a little crystal, and it's very fast, so if you don't like pay attention, you'll miss it, where he grabs it really fast. And I wonder what that's going to do, if he's going to incorporate it into his Bowtech staff, this little crystal, or if he's going to use it for something else in a future episode. One thing that obviously is a big change in this new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is Raph being the leader, how was it? How did it come off? It came off okay, actually. It shows him struggling a lot. They all just seem very inexperienced at this point. So it goes with the idea that this is the Turtles in their early days. In some parts, you can't even really tell who's the leader. They all just seem like nobody's the leader, to be honest. Though Raph does do some leadership stuff here and there, like sending out orders to all the Turtles, but he struggles with it at times, and you can see him sometimes they say when he gets nervous, when he's doing some like leadership stuff, like he can smell his nervous stink, and that was pretty funny actually. And but sometimes it seems like Leonardo's the leader. He's the one kind of going back and forth verbally with Baron DRAXUM when they first interact. And there's other elements like where he's trying to motivate his fellow Turtles that are very leadership material, and I don't know, I have a feeling that Leo and Raph will swap roles at one point in the series. I'm not sure how long that'll take, but if it doesn't happen, I would be surprised. Anyways, they get their mystic weapons, they confront Baron DRAXUM. Baron actually says they're beautiful, and if they were properly trained, they could be real warriors. So he's almost kind of like a Magneto type character, where he's a bad guy, but he like wants to protect all mutants. It seems like, even the Turtles, even though they have to fight against each other because the Turtles don't agree with what he's doing. The fight kicks off. Baron DRAXUM actually, he has these like little like purple goo like things that he throws. He even creates like a giant like monster thing out of one of them that fights the Turtles, and then he uses them to turn his arms into like really like muscular spiky like armored arms when he's fighting the Turtles as well. I don't know what this goo is. I hope it's explored and talked about in later episodes. We get a look at Huggin and Munnin, the two creatures that we see them a lot sitting on Baron DRAXUM's shoulders, but we have seen them lately just kind of out and about, and they're actually pretty funny. I thought they might be annoying, but whoever's doing the voice acting for them, actually, they're doing it really well. They're kind of like tension breakers. When something's very serious, they come in and they make something funny, and I didn't know if I would like that, but they pull it off really well. The action of the show looks great. It's actually the better parts of the show. I like it better when they're like in action scenes. Sometimes when they're in slower scenes, when there's a lot of dialogue, where it's very dialogue driven, it can come off as, I don't know, a little bit like corny at times. Some of the jokes, it's funny, it's hit and miss with the jokes. Sometimes when they hit, they're hilarious, especially Leonardo. I feel like, I'll say it right now, he's my favorite Turtle in this new series. The guy that's doing the voice acting for him got great comedic timing. He's the best one, in my opinion. But sometimes it'll miss the comedy. Not with Leo though, but with like other characters. And those parts I feel like can be a little bit of a drag, but it might just be the voice actors finding, what works, what doesn't. It may get better as the series goes on, but overall, there were more hits than misses, in my opinion. So overall, pretty good with the comedy. The action, though, is where it's at for me. I love those scenes. When it's just action, it's just hit, like go, go, go. There's no real slowing down, and I love it. I love the way these action scenes are played out. During the fight, Mikey finds out that like if he like twirls his weapon enough, his new mystic weapon, like this like crazy like evil like demon face comes out of the end of the fiery end of it, like the ball, and it's just laughing, and it just takes him wherever it goes. So Raph just holds on to the handle, and the crazy face just goes flying. And I thought this part was pretty cool. There's definitely some dark moments in this new Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, especially the first episode, where Baron DRAXUM transforms a human into a mutant during like the middle of the episode. It gets pretty dark, almost not like crazy dark, but like, I don't know if you guys remember like Ren and Stimpy. Like there were moments in that episode where it got kind of like dark. It's kind of like that. But yeah, Mikey's new weapon, like the evil laugh it does, kind of reminded me of that as well. It has like elements of darkness to it, but he doesn't really know how to use it, and that goes for all the Turtles. They all really don't know how to use their weapons in this new series. Leo gets stuck in this like portal thing, so he creates two portals, and they're like right next to each other, and he just keeps falling through them. And they're not comfortable definitely with their new weapons. They have a lot of learning to do, and I'm sure we'll see that as the series goes on. The fight ends, I think, like Baron DRAXUM gets smashed by something on accident, but I don't think he's done with. I think they defeated him, but they haven't. After the fight, something breaks that was holding like the mosquitoes, like a whole mess of them, and they all escape into the city. And Turtles have to go back home because the sun's coming up and like the city's waking up, the regular New York, and that's pretty much where the episode wraps up. I thought it was pretty good. We'll see how more episodes are as we go on, but that's episode 1 of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mystic Mayhem. That's the debut. Let me know down below, what did you think? Did you like it? It's a tough act to follow the 2012 series, I'll tell you that right now. That's one of the best Ninja Turtles content just in general to have ever come out, so to follow that is very hard, and I think they did okay. I just feel like maybe the voice acting, some of them just need to find their like comfort range maybe a little more. Some of it feels a little stiff at times, but it's okay. They just need to, I feel like, find out what works and what doesn't and just stick to what works. Besides that though, action looks okay, animation looks okay. Obviously the designs were something I had an issue with, especially Raphael, and I still do. I just feel like he doesn't look as cool as the other 3 turtles. Wish he looked a little bit more like that, even though he is a snapping turtle. I still feel like they could have made him a little bit more like, I don't know, like the others, with snapping turtle elements, maybe just not so hulkish. But that's it for this episode review. Let me know down below what you guys thought. If you're stumbling across this channel, want Ninja Turtles content in your life, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, please hit thumbs up. That's it for this one, guys. We'll see how episode 2 goes. I feel like they're gonna, now this first episode was 22 minutes. The next episodes are now gonna be 11 minutes. They're gonna break them up into like episode 2A and episode 2B, and they're A will be 11 minutes and B will be 11 minutes. So there'll be like 2 reviews after this one. This one was just a full 22-minute one, but there'll be 2 separate reviews for each part. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit subscribe. I'll see you in a little bit with another video. Take care.